If you love the NFL, then hit that subscribe button. If you're somebody out there that's like, I need to know all of the NFL injury updates, hit that subscribe button. If you're like me and you're going up against Jonathan Taylor in Thursday Night Football and you're wondering if your aunt is going to start them, then hit that subscribe button, because here at Chat Sports, we keep you up to date on everything going on around the National Football League. Before I get into today's major NFL injury updates, major shout out to today's sponsor. Shout out to Mint Mobile. We got awesome cellular plans starting at just $15 a month. This is the company owned by, yes, hilarious actor Ryan Reynolds. Luckily, we were nice enough to put the comments and everything down there in the description for you so you could actually see how you can get started. Click on that link there. I don't know if Ryan would be that nice to do it, but here at Chat Sports, we are nice enough to do that. Now, let's go to something that's probably not very funny to talk about. Major injury updates here. First one's going to be around Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, who probably one of the scariest injuries I have ever witnessed live. I was doing a watch party on my Raiders show for Thursday Night Football, and when Tua went down, I mean, everybody in the room was just silent, including our Dolphins Today host, Will Scott. Tua, though, was already going to be out this week. He was already rolled out. I didn't really expect him to play against the New York Jets. He is still in concussion protocol, and as it stands right now, there is still no timetable for his return. And personally, when you think about Tua and the season that he was having, it's kind of sad, because for the longest time, all of the Tua critics, and I have been one of them, have been like, he's not Joe Burrow, he's not Justin Herbert, and he's probably never going to be those guys. But from a statistical standpoint, you could have made the argument entering that Thursday Night Football game after Miami just took down the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen, that Tua was a legit MVP frontrunner. Like, he was finally having his season. He had all of the weapons there. I really, really hope that Tua has a speedy recovery. But here's my question, because there's already been a lot of drama, a lot of stories around Tua. And I saw an NFL insider say that if it was up to him, he would never play again for the Miami Dolphins. I mean, there's a lot of stories that are going to be popping up around this. So I want to know from all of y'all, will Tua play another game this season? I want you to type Y for yes, and I want you to type that N for no. Luckily, and I'm going to say this in air quotes, luckily for Miami, you have one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league in Teddy Bridgewater. And hey, don't sleep on Skylar Thompson either. One of the good things about having Bridgewater this season, 193 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Tyreek Hill shows his confidence in his quarterback, because you can say what you want about Teddy. Teddy and Tua, to me, really actually aren't that different in terms of quarterbacks. Both are game managers, and they have a lot of speed around them. I expect this Dolphins offense to still click with Teddy Two Gloves. Let's go to the next major injury update here on NFL Daily, and it's going to be around star running back Jonathan Taylor of the Indianapolis Colts. The latest report is that he could play Thursday Night Football. He also might miss it. He did leave the fourth quarter in Week 4, and anytime you're trying to recover off a short week, it can be interesting. His X-rays and MRI luckily were clean. He is now dealing with, an ankle sprain in addition to the mild turf toe. I know there's a lot of fantasy football owners out there that are holding their breath, wondering, is the guy that I drafted probably, number 1 overall in your fantasy leagues, definitely in the top 3 picks, going to be playing up against the Denver Broncos, a defense that just got gashed by Josh Jacobs for 28 carries, 144 yards, and then 2 touchdowns on the ground. You had an extra 31 receiving yards. Taylor, no doubt, was one of the best backs in the league, and Indy's looked very strange how they've been so bad, and yet they can beat the Kansas City Chiefs. It just shows that anything is possible in the NFL world that we live in. I also have one more injury update around this game, but before I get into that, again, today's show's sponsor, major shout out to Mint Mobile, unlimited premium wireless plans, starting at just $15 a month. If you pay for your own cell phone bill, we know it's not $15 a month. If you don't, maybe you're watching, how about this? Go ask your parents. Do you pay $15 a month for my cell phone bill? They're like, what year is it? You know why? We have unbelievable deal going on right now. So if you go to mintmobile.com/chatsports, you can start saving the day. Again, that's going to be in the description. It's going to be down in the comments section. And I know a lot of people out there are like, well, Mitch, it's not easy to switch your cell phone plan, right? No, It is pretty damn easy here with Mint Mobile. So listen how easy it is. Switching to Mint Mobile is super easy thanks to the digital eSIM cards. You never have to visit a store to activate your plan, and in seconds can get set up from the comfort of your own home. So you can get $15 plan. You never have to leave home. And with their digital eSIM cards, it's super simple. What are you waiting for? Unlimited talk to text, high-speed data, mobile hotspots, plan starting at $15 a month. Ryan Reynolds is a funny dude, but this isn't just something to laugh about. This is a serious deal. Please take advantage of it with our awesome sponsor, Mint Mobile. Let's go to now the next injury update here that could potentially impact a lot of people for Thursday Night Football, and it's probably more for the Melvin Gordon owners, who we'll talk about in a second. But Javonte Williams, very, very sad here. Not only did he tear his ACL in the Week 4 game up against the Las Vegas Raiders, it also was confirmed on Monday morning that he also tore his LCL. So for people out there that don't know how knees work, basically the way that your knees work are this. The ACL is the big one, right? That's the one everyone knows about. The LCL is on the outside. The MCL is on the middle part of your knee. I've only torn my MCL and my ACL. I've never done the LCL, but I can tell you this, they all hurt, man. And the additional tear in the LCL just makes this a lot more of an uphill battle for a sophomore running back in Javonte Williams, who, let's face it, was showing signs of having that ability and that spark to be one of the better running backs in the league. Now, 47 carries, 204 yards, no touchdowns. I'm not really going to put a lot of that blame on him because defenses were just saying, hey, if this Broncos team can't throw the football, we're going to stack the box and we're going to get after you. Now the fact that Denver doesn't have Javonte Williams, it means you got to rely on Melvin Gordon. And I'm not going to sit up here and say that Melvin Gordon's 5 fumbles. He's only lost 2, but he's put the ball on the ground 5 times in 37 carries. I'm not going to say it's because of his blue hair, but I don't think it's helping all that much. So if you're Denver here, all right, and you're like, well, we got Melvin Gordon, who's been a big-time question mark, and if you want to hear a crazy stat, this one's from Adam Schefter. Listen to this. Melvin Gordon has fumbled 5 times in his past 44 carries over 5 games. Sunday marked the 3rd time a Gordon fumble has returned for a touchdown in Denver's past 12 games. So that fumble that Melvin Gordon had was a 68-yard return for Meek Robertson for a touchdown. Yeah, that's happened 3 times in the past 12. So I don't really blame new head coach Nathaniel Hackett if he's sitting up there and like, oh, man, I don't know if I trust Melvin Gordon to be that back. So what I did here, and producer Seeps, we were like, you know what, we're going to give you the top 5 free agent running backs. You got David Johnson, Devonta Booker, Devonta Freeman, Wayne Gallman, and Le'Veon Bell. I get the fact that Melvin Gordon has struggled. None of these backs are better. The only back that I could potentially see is Devonta Booker because he was drafted by the Denver Broncos, totally different regimes. I know a lot of the fans out there, though, say, hey, why not give Devonta Booker another shot? So let's just hypothetically say that they do want to make a move. I mean, you've already seen a lot of running back injuries on today's show, and guess what? We're not done yet. So if you want to think, okay, who's the best free agent running back out there? Could they be potentially signed? Let me know down in the comments section in your honest opinion, the best free agent running back. More running back injury news here to cover. Atlanta Falcons running back Cordarrelle Patterson. He's going on the IR, and he's going to miss at least 4 games due to a knee injury. Now, Patterson in Week 3 was trying to play through the knee injury, and it was more of just a pain tolerance issue. Unfortunately, now they're like, you know what, we just gave him a lot of money this offseason. He's the focal point of our offense. We should probably make sure that this guy's 100% healthy going forward. And it's a shame because he's been incredible this season. Already top 4 in the NFL in rushing yards. Saquon Barkley looks like the Saquon I was watching at Penn State, and my family was watching with those season ticks. You got Nick Chubb, 459 yards. Miles Sanders has been really incredible for Philadelphia. Cordarrelle Patterson, and then Josh Jacobs for the Raiders. Right now, those are your top 5 leading rushers. Jonathan Taylor is number 6 on this list, so a lot of big-time injury news, especially around the running back room. Now, if you guys want to stay up to date on everything going on around the NFL, if you're a Raiders fan, you can always hit me up as well on social media, at MitchellRents365. And a lot of times we've been doing Thursday Night Football watch parties. We've been doing some 50-50 raffles. So if you watch this show and you're like, oh, wait, how much have you been giving away? We gave away $75 the other day. We gave away $60 the other day. Hit me up on Venmo. Add me as a friend at MitchellRents365. More injury news here, I guess, though, not to the running back position. Wide receiver Treylon Burks of the Tennessee Titans. He left yesterday's game with a foot injury, and he's now dealing with turf toe. So good news here. No surgery is necessary. It's just going to be rehab. But Burks is going to miss some time. And anytime I hear turf toe, it's one of those injuries that you can't really do anything for it. You can't. This might surprise you. In football, you run a lot. And if you can't really do anything to turf toe, it's more of you just got to let it heal. It's almost like when you break your ribs. You can't put a cast around your ribs. You just have to let it heal. And a lot of times that's what's required here with turf toe. So hopefully the rookie receiver out of Arkansas can bounce back, because you've seen some good flashes from him, but he definitely needs some reps. More injury news here to go to for the Washington Commanders. I almost called him the football team. Jahan Dotson, your first-round rookie wide receiver out of Penn State. He is dealing with a hamstring injury and is expected to miss 1 to 2 weeks. Another player who is no stranger whatsoever to the injury report, New York Giants. I was going to call him star wide receiver Kenny Golladay, but he's been on the team for 21 games and has 0 touchdowns. That's a star that doesn't shine so bright, if you ask me. A knee injury on Sunday, and things aren't looking good for him this upcoming week against the Green Bay Packers. Now, again, y'all, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're always tuning into all the content that we put out here. In terms of more injury updates, the only thing that I've seen is Raiders linebacker Denzel Perryman is dealing with a concussion, and he's questionable to play on Monday Night Football up against the Kansas City Chiefs. Besides that, I just saw a picture of Lewis Seen's broken leg in that London game. If you haven't seen the video, viewer discretion is advised. It's got to be one of the worst injuries I've ever seen. NFL, a lot of injuries happen. Chat Sports will keep you up to date. So seriously, hit that sub button.